10 underrated Minecraft texture packs. Creatures Plus is a texture pack that adds in a new collection of different variations of mob textures that you can use on your Minecraft mobs. This texture pack does require the use of Optifine to take advantage of these features to give you different variations of different mobs, with the dolphin having the okra, Amazon river dolphin, beluga whale, narwhal, as well as the common dolphin, parrots having cockatoo, budgies, cheek cortez, and so many other different types of birds. Turtles have multiple other different variations of turtles. Wolves have multiple different other variations of different dog breeds, as well as a skeleton dog that you can get as well, with cats having different variations of typical cat breeds, as well as a tiger as a wild ocelot tamed as a cat as well. You've also got many different cows which come from Minecraft Earth, you've got pigs which come from Minecraft Earth, and so many other beautiful different texture pack variations. Overall giving you a new variation to the mobs that you come across in the overworld and in the nether itself. Move on to our next texture pack, we've got the Aberrant texture pack. This is a texture pack that changes the appearance of the weapons, armor, and tools in Minecraft, but keeps the original feel of the default textures. Some textures have been tweaked to resemble the texture pack more than the default look of Minecraft, but overall it's kind of just like a new, refreshed take on the tools and weapons of Minecraft, and in some new little details and new variations in the actual sprites itself that gives it a bit more of a more interesting look that you might like and find more appealing than the typical vanilla armor. Moving on to Wonderlust 32x. This is a texture pack is kind of similar in the vein of, let's say, Faithless and the many other different style of vanilla enhancing texture packs that there are out there, by taking Minecraft and HDifying it. But this time around it takes a slightly different approach by, instead of just making it look slightly better and up the actual quality to 32-bit, instead it actually does a lot of different things. It changes some variations on the textures, make it more detailed, and even changes up how the texture looks to make it look much more realistic in a way. Overall, this texture pack is Wonderlust. Pretty much a good pun to go with that title of the actual texture pack itself. Moving on to our next texture pack here, we got 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼. This is probably my favorite armor texture pack there is, considering the fact this kind of gives everything a more of a medieval look by taking the typical vanilla texture pack colors and just giving them, as I said, more of a medieval theme to it, with the gold one actually giving you a crown that you can use, as well as all the other ones just going to different variational themes, themes after the medieval styles of armor that you would see in many different things. Overall, just a very high quality texture pack for your armors. Moving into our next texture pack here, we've got Glisten. This is a texture pack that pretty much gives you a pizza pixel art style, which is ultimately just a really cool 2NES pixel effect overall for a texture pack. There are some features such as giant striders models and different variations of that type of texture that do require Optifine to take full advantage of it, but overall this is a beautiful little texture pack that gives a much more cartoony effect towards Minecraft that's also a nicely pixelated thing. Moving into our next texture pack, we've got Ultima Craft. Ultima Craft is a texture pack that improves the perception of the game and inconvenience to the gameplay and lots of useful features. This one does require the use of Optifine in order to take full advantage of what this texture pack has to offer. This has the features list of multiple different models of custom doors, iron bars, trapdoors, campfires, rails, etc. Fixes of buggy vanilla textures and models, batches of animated textures, mostly item ones though, variated blocks and plants, which gives a bit of a change up in atmosphere and better variation in the ground itself, as well as many other different bits and pieces as well. This also has the ability to support mods as well, such as the Biome Plenty mod, which gives a bunch of new textures for that mod pack as well. There's also an extension to this resource pack known as Ultima Craft PBR, which just gives you a bunch of normal and specular map for shaders that works with vanilla Minecraft, but ultimately works best with the Ultima Craft texture pack. Moving into our next texture pack, we have the texture pack known as Faithless. This is ultimately a really cool fantasy-based texture pack that makes the idea of trying to aim for multiple different variations of the actual texture pack itself by giving every single block a unique texture design on it to make it much more easier for people with any form of colorblindness, dyslexia, arachnophobia, and trypopophobia to actually play Minecraft with a little bit more ease. It's ultimately a really beautiful texture pack as well that has a lot of awesome little textures that are honestly, aside from the other factor of it's trying to be unique and try and have it make it easier for each thing to have a very unique texture pack to itself, it just is a beautiful looking fantasy texture pack that if you want to just give Minecraft a new look and then also enjoy yourself playing around with it with a new different vibe, I highly recommend this one. Oh, and yes, I know I've pointed out this texture pack in multiple videos already, but I will still keep pushing it until it gets popular. Moving on to our next texture pack, we have a texture pack known as Bare Bones. Now this might be a texture pack you've potentially seen before but have no idea what it is. In fact, this texture pack is such a well-known or well-visited one that most people have no idea even exists. It's actually on the front page of the Minecraft launcher, because this is the kind of thing that Mojang kind of uses in their nice little things they have on the front page, but this is actually an actual texture pack that you can go over and download for yourself, and it ultimately just brings down the texture down to its bare bones, down to simple outlines, down to simplistic little stylistic choices that ultimately look really cool and really interesting when you come down to it. It gives a whole new feel to the world and the default Minecraft textures by taking it to the bare bones. It's a simplistic but very vibrant texture pack that is fun to make your own Minecraft worlds look so colorful, as well as the ability to give yourself some beautiful looking potential YouTube videos in the back of it if you really want to do that too. Moving into our next texture pack, we've got the texture pack known as Enchanted Weapons. The Enchanted Weapons texture pack gives a unique RPG style designs for each enchantment for all of the weapons. This does mean that this texture pack does require the Optifine mod in order to take full advantage of what this texture pack has to offer, as it gives you different variations of the textures depending on what enchantment is currently on your weapon at the point in time, giving beautiful different things such as quartz theme for sharpness, gilded theme for smite, a spider eye theme for the bane of arthropods, as well as an emerald theme for looting, redstone theme for sweeping edge, a lapis lazuli and glowstone theme for the knockback, and green extract theme for mending, as well as a flame theme for fire aspect, which is actually animated, and a crying obsidian theme for unbreaking. It overall makes a bunch of new cool looking texture packs that you can add to your typical weapons that ultimately is really awesome. It also allows you to put multiple different ones, such as having the flame and one of the other ones added on top of it in order to give a nice cooler look, with the netherite swords actually having a blue flame on the sword instead of the typical yellow. This also adds in new themes for bows, crossbows, as well as tridents as well. Another texture pack by the same creator underneath the same idea, we also have Enchanted Tools, which does pretty much the same thing but for tools instead. At this point in time, it doesn't exactly have any form of wooden axes, as that's not wooden tier is not kind of done as of this point in time, but it's overall a nice cool look to it. But a bit of a different style that gets bonus in on this one is a little cool features such as efficiency enchant, which the efficiency enchant does give copper to the items itself, and as you destroy it, as you wear the tool down, it actually rusts, meaning that it's a nice another way to actually give you a signal on how far your tool's actually gone down texture pack wise, making it look a little different and a little more greener dependent on the actual durability left on it. And when you repair it, it returns to the original style that it typically is, as well as a bonus on if you just rename your iron tools to be called copper tools of the variation. So an iron pickaxe, you can rename it to a copper pickaxe. You can actually get copper variations of the iron tools as well. Moving on to our next texture pack known as Fantasial, which technically speaking this would be our 12th texture pack of this video. Again, that's just because we have a multiple companion textures. Fantasial is an interesting texture pack that is inspired by Hightail and Jappa styles of textures, and ultimately you can install Optifine on this to get some more enjoyment out of it, but it pretty much just gives a nice 3D effect to a majority of the ores. It just gives some more detail and some more cool instances of these ores overall, which can add to a little bit more of an immersive experience when it comes to finding these ores in the world. Either way, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe down below, and check out this video on screen now where we go through 10 more underrated Minecraft mods.